Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, we're at Jack's Beach today, and I'm excited to talk to you about a subject that I think is really cool. And it goes like this: selling the transference of enthusiasm. What do you say? Selling the transference of enthusiasm. That sounds pretty crazy, but in reality, if you're a salesperson, you got to first believe in what you're selling. The other thing that you got to do is you got to be believable. And I'm going to tell you what, when people want to buy something, they want to buy from people who believe in what they're selling. And you've got to have an attitude that's like over the top so that customers can say, dang, I like to get that. That's called a transference of enthusiasm. There's been a lot of things written about enthusiasm and transference of enthusiasm, but unless you've actually lived it, it's like, okay, what does it mean? My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I told you I'd tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything there is to do with selling. And in reality, you got to remember how you feel about your product and how you sell that product, and that enthusiasm that you have behind that product is going to make all the difference in the world. Because see, salespeople, we make the world go around. But if you don't believe in your product, it's kind of hard to transfer that enthusiasm. You got to be excited. You got to feel good about what you're doing, what you're selling, and you got to have that big old attitude about, yeah, it's the best, it's awesome, and I'm helping you get it today. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I love sales. I love everything, the career sales. And one of the things that I've noticed that when people who have enthusiasm about what they're selling, they do real good. I mean, real good. And in selling, you got to have that capability to transfer your feelings. Because see, we paint pictures in selling. We make people buy things based on them saying, dang, that sounds real good. If you can show them features and benefits and show them all the reasons why they should invest in what you're trying to sell, you'll sell a whole lot more than a person who says, yeah, it's a pretty good product. You think you want to get it? That's crazy, right? See, in selling, we have to have this attitude of gratitude. We have to be excited every day. And I ain't saying so over the top that you blow the customer away and scare them away by being too enthusiastic, but you have to have some skin in the game. You got to believe in what you're selling. You got to have an attitude that, hey, this is the best product in the world and you should own it. And if you're selling like that, you're going to sell a whole bunch, because what you're doing is you're transferring the attitude that you have about your product. You believe in your product. And if you got features and benefits and you can paint the picture of customers seeing themselves buying what you're selling, it's going to be perfect. You're going to be able to sell a whole lot more. The transference of enthusiasm. If somebody came to you and said, hey, you like those shoes? And then they'll paint you a picture and tell you all the great things about them shoes and how them shoes can make you walk better, feel better, look better. You ain't transferred the enthusiasm so the customer can say, dang, they're right. I like to go ahead and get that. Okay. Selling is important, and we make all the difference in the world. I've seen salespeople that were awesome. They were just like, they believed in their product. They just could transfer this enthusiasm to the customer, and the customers, they just asked, did you want to go ahead and get that? Okay, and they bought. It was like so cool because, see, in reality, selling is an art. It's a way to talk to people. It's a way to communicate with people. It's a way to transfer your enthusiasm. And if you believe in your products, I guarantee you, you're going to sell a whole lot more than somebody who's like very mediocre. And if you don't believe in your product, and if you have competitors' products in your home and you're not selling the products the way you should, it's because you probably don't believe in it. And it transfers to the customer. If you don't believe in it, the customer ain't gonna believe in it. We got to believe in what we're selling. We have to transfer the enthusiasm to make the customer feel good about what they're buying. Because if the customer sees in your mind that you know what you're talking about, you're transferring that enthusiasm, you give them a good attitude, you're talking about the product as though it's the best thing since sliced bread, okay? And it is. So do me a favor. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I told you I'd tell you all the stuff that most salespeople and a lot of people don't even talk about. Transference of enthusiasm. How you make people feel about your product shows based on your performance and what you believe. If you got a high believable level and people think that, hey, if this guy believes in it, I believe in it too. So I want to go ahead and get something. And listen, you got to go out there and ask for the order. If you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. You can have all the enthusiasm in the world, but if you don't ask for the close and ask for the order and make sure the customer's invested, you just sell. You ain't selling. So go out there and sell something. And remember, transference of enthusiasm. That's what our topic was for today. I hope you feel excited about how I feel about selling. I love everything about it. It makes me feel good inside when I help people invest in things that I have to sell. And I always like to make sure that I transfer enthusiasm to the customer so they can make an informed decision about buying, but also have that feeling, because listen, people buy on enthusiasm. If you come across enthusiastic and you believe in what you're selling, you're going to be able to sell a whole lot, baby. So go out there and sell something. And remember, transference of enthusiasm makes all the difference in the world for people to want to invest in what you're selling. So go out there and sell something, and don't forget to ask for the order. Transference of enthusiasm. I hope I transferred some enthusiasm. You go out there and sell. Bye-bye.